Yep, yep, yep. You already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And this episode, I don't really think it's going to be that long, really. You know what I mean? There's really nothing to talk about. I said it last game, watching the energy, watching the way that they played, that the loss to Atlanta on Wednesday night, the heartbreaking loss where, Bill, just tried to take the game over at the end by itself, even though Porzingis had 43. Kuzma also only missed 5 shots that night. The way they lost that game, I just think that really kind of sealed our season, yo. I was thinking we were going to be a play-in team the whole time until that game, that sequence. And then the way they played on Friday night kind of solidified my thoughts of I don't know how they're going to come back from that. You know what I mean? I don't know how they're going to come back from losing like that. And it's continued tonight. The Wizards came out with no energy, no sense of urgency. They played disjointed, just turning the ball over. I mean, there's really not much to talk about, man. I mean, I can go into my notes and stuff like that, but I don't really even think I'm going to really go into them like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say, man, this season's, there's going to be a lot of changes that are going to have to be made at the summer, like on the front office, GM, the way Porzingis and Kuzma looked tonight, disinterested, not ready to play, as well as Bill, but especially those two because they're free agents. I don't think they want to come. I mean, I was thinking for the longest that they're going to come back, sign a contract, and make a run of things in future seasons. But the way they look on the floor tonight, the way the team as a whole looks on the floor tonight, they look like a team that just needs to get broken up, man. You know what I mean? They just look like there's no camaraderie anymore. There's no passion anymore. That loss against Atlanta on Wednesday night and the way that Bradley Beal took the wind out of the sails of the Wizards just trying to take the game over, I think it really rubbed the team the wrong way. And just looking at the way they're playing, Coach Unsell's ineffective. His demeanor's too cool. He doesn't have enough passion, and even if he started to start spazzing now, it's way too late. You know what I mean? The team's not respecting him. You know what I'm saying? Just a bad game overall, man. I really tapped out around the third quarter. I mean, I was there. The TV was on. And, but I was just on my phone, just doing other things, doing everything but not paying attention to the game. I just lost interest after the third when Philly just started to really take over. This is the time of year where teams are really fine-tuning, playing their best basketball. The teams with championship aspirations are really turning it up. So they're not going to lose to the Wizards team like they did earlier in the season when the season wasn't close to ending. You know what I mean? The Sixers did not play with us tonight. You know what I mean? They really had control of the game for the majority of the game, for real. You know what I mean? It was just very terrible. The only positive of tonight's game was Corey Kispert. You know what I'm saying? Corey Kispert played a very, very excellent game tonight. Leading scorer, most efficient, played the hardest, didn't care what the score was focused the majority of the game. Unlike the so-called best 3 players on the team, not the big 3. Can't call a team big 3. They ain't making playoffs. No all-stars. Kyle Kuzma even said that. You know what I'm saying? So just the top 3 players of the team didn't come to play tonight. Kuzma, 12 points, 11 rebounds, which is good, but 12 points, 4 of 14 shooting. Couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. 2 turnovers, a minus 22 on the floor tonight. Porzingis, no better, 4 for 15, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, minus 23 on the floor tonight. You know what I mean? Bradley Beal, 13 points, 5 for 12. Took him 12 shots to get 13 points. Didn't make any three-pointers. 4 assists, 2 turnovers. A minus 13 on the floor. I mean, all the starters tonight were double-digit minus, with Beal having the best plus-minus with a minus 13. The rest of the starters was at least a minus 20. Even as good as Kispert played tonight, he was a minus 2 on the floor tonight. You know what I mean? His team did not look good at all tonight. Very, very disappointing. Again, I could go into, the specifics of the game, but that doesn't even deserve my time. The Wizards already took up enough of my time tonight. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say, Joel Embiid looked like prime Embiid, ready for the playoffs, ready for a championship run. 34 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, only 1 turnover, 12 for 21 from the floor, 10 for 12 from the free throw line, plus 13 on the floor tonight. James Harden, 18 points, 14 assists, plus 25 on the floor tonight. You saw the difference between James Harden and a Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're supposed to be the top two guards in the league. But I see Harden's impact on the floor. I see him making his teammates better. I see him giving the ball up at the right time to his open teammates, and they're converting and making shots and giving him the assist. I see him making the right play, time in and time out. I see that from James Harden. I don't see that from Bradley Beal, though. But somehow the Wizards will keep trying to tell us that Bradley Beal is supposed to be the best player on a championship contender. That's what the Wizards organization keep trying to tell us, right? The team follows the energy of their best player. And we see Bradley Beal's body language on the floor. I'm not blaming tonight's loss solely on Bradley Beal. I'm not. So don't take it as that's what I'm trying to do, because I'm not. But he is the leader of the team. His energy, when his energy is good, the team's energy is good. When his energy is down, the team's energy is down. And he's one of those players. He doesn't have a stone poker face. He's the type of player that you know exactly how he feels, where his head is at, just watching him, just observing him. He's not the type of player that, whether things are too high or too low, he's the even keel. He is a player that wears his emotions on his sleeves, and if things aren't going right, he pouts, his energy level's low, he's turning the ball over, complaining to the refs, and then the rest of the team do the same thing, and they're not focused. You know what I'm saying? This is a very disappointing effort. I did not think we were going to do anything tonight, and they supported my theory. They did not play well. They did not play. I knew they weren't going to beat Philly tonight. I knew they didn't have a chance based on how they lost to Atlanta. I don't think they're going to turn it around. I truly don't think they can turn it around, and there's going to have to be changes. I'm talking about from the top. Front office, coaching, players, because some of those players, they're not going to want to come back. Now that Bradley Beal's supposed to be, that's one of the problems. The team has told every free agent that's coming into the team that Bradley Beal's the man. Defer to Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal this, Bradley Beal that. Instead of letting it organically flow. So off jump, any player that comes to the Wizards, they automatically have to defer to Bradley Beal. Unfortunately, he hasn't earned the respect in the NBA to be that type of player. That's the problem. That's the problem. You cannot have a philosophy of building around one player, but that player hasn't done anything in the league, as if his peers don't see that. They're not, when Bradley Beal messes, like the way he ended that game on Wednesday night, I think Kuzma checked out. I think KP checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then on top of that, unsettled young coach has no authority. It's similar to how Hackett was in Denver with Russell Wilson. Everybody knew they needed to bench him, but Hackett, he was a first-year coach. He had no pull to do anything. And that's what's going on with the Wizards. Unseld, he says all the right things in the press conference, and it's always kissing up to Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal brought us this far. He's our go-to guy, this, that, this. Instead of saying, listen, we got to run the offense. I got to be more innovative. It's on me. He doesn't do that. He just, you know what I mean? He's not strong enough. If you're going to put that type of money, those type of resources to one player, then I don't even care who it is. Even if it's a good player like Giannis. Like Giannis, you could tell that his teammates like him and stuff like that, good personality. And not to say Bradley Beal has a bad personality, because from his aura, he doesn't seem like one of those toxic type people from his personality. But on the floor, when he's playing, when you have in the back of your mind that I'm the $250 million man, I'm the player, I'm the franchise player, and I got to prove it. When that's in the back of your mind, game in and game out, the pressure's on, the fans is on you, Twitter's on you, you have to block all these Twitter, your followers because they coming for your neck. He's trying to prove that he's worth every penny. And instead of making the right plays, he makes the wrong plays, missed the wrong shot, turns the ball over in the key moments of the game. The organization put that type of pressure on this man. Now he's not delivering. Who's going to want to sign to this team when basically the mission statement has been set that everything revolves around Bradley Beal. Everything revolves around Bradley Beal. Except he hasn't done anything to earn that type of respect from an organization. He's a great player. He can score the ball. But he's not that type of player like a Giannis, like a Harden, like what we just witnessed tonight, like an Embiid. That's the type of player that you put that type of money, even though they haven't done anything in the league either. They haven't done anything either. They ain't win no chip either. You know what I mean? But Embiid is a legitimate MVP candidate year in and year out. Legitimate. Bradley Beal made a third All-NBA third team one time, and that one time was when he was up for his contract extension, which allowed him to get the Supermax. That was all coincidence. And now look what it has done to the team as a whole, the morale of the team. The players around the league, who's going to want to come to the Wizards under those type of circumstances? And I can't blame Bill for I'm signing that contract. Even if I know that I'm not that. In my head, of course in his head, he feels he's worth that. He's one of the best scorers in the league, blah, blah, blah. But deep down his heart, he got to know he ain't on Embiid's level. He got to know that he ain't on Giannis level, Jokic level, in regards to the impact for his team on the floor. And the results, are Western Conference Championship, Western Conference Final appearance, Eastern Conference Finals appearance. You got to have that type of criteria for an organization to put all their eggs in that basket. And I'm sorry, Bradley Beal doesn't have that, but for some reason the Wizards organization thinks this is the right way to move. And look what it has gotten us. This was supposed to be a promising year. I was very excited about this season. And for it to turn out the way it's turned out, extremely disappointing on all levels. And there has to be major sweeping changes. But unfortunately, I could say what needs to happen. Us as fans could say what needs to happen. We all know what needs to happen. But I don't know what's up with Ted Leonsis. I don't know. He does everything he needs to do for the Caps, but he won't do it for the Wizards, though. He'll fire the coach, bring in a veteran coach for the Capitals, but brings in a rookie coach, a legacy coach for the Wizards. When we need a proven commodity right now. That's what we need. Someone that Bradley Beal, if he says we'll bench you because you're not playing right, Bradley Beal, he can't say nothing because that coach got the credential to do that. Wes Unsell's never going to bench Bradley Beal. He's never going to bench a key player. He's never going to do that. Everything revolves around Bradley Beal, man. And this is what it's gotten us. We're not making the play-in this season. We're not going to make the play-in. I don't feel like they could turn this around. You know what I'm saying? They cannot turn this around. You watch what happened tonight. That sequence at the end of that Hawks game on Wednesday night, when everybody was cooking, but Bradley Beal decided that it's my team and it's me, I got to be the closer because it's my team, because the Wizards organization said so. You know how deflating that is if you're a teammate? I could only imagine. I have a career game, 43, and I'm not even considered to take the last shot, even though I got the hottest hand on the floor, because the organization mandate is everything revolves around Bradley Beal. The way this organization is run is extremely damn near malpractice. Damn near malpractice. I don't know how Tommy Shepard could go to Ted Leonsis, lay this plan out, and Ted Leonsis signs off like, yeah, this is going to work. Like, this is a good plan. I don't understand that. Anyway, man, I'm about to be signing off. Again, I have nothing really to talk about. I already talked about what occurred during the game. Really nothing to talk about. This team is a disappointment. We, as fans, sit there. We give our hours. The only thing in life you can't get back is time. We give this team our time because we support them, and this is what we get. This is the results we get. I'm not even going to just blame Bradley Beal by himself. This is an organization failure. This is prior to Bradley Beal. This has been my whole life. I wasn't alive when they won their last championship. I think what they say, 78? 78, I think that's when they won the championship. I wasn't alive then. So this goes even prior to Ted Leonsis owning the team. It's an organizational issue that, Ted Leonsis, he's the owner of the team. He has to humble himself, and he has to get some real professionals in here that have proven people in the front office, coaching staff, proven NBA commodities need to come into this organization and turn things around. Very disappointed in this organization. Very disappointed with what's going on. And there's no way this team is going to turn it around. You just got to understand how energy works. Our energy was sapped out Wednesday night, and it was the way Bradley Beal tried to close the game when everybody else was hot was basically a microcosm of the problem that's going on with the Washington Wizards organization. Everything revolves around Bradley Beal, and he hasn't proven anything. But they treating him like he's a first-team NBA, perennial first-team NBA player. A perennial MVP candidate. That's what they're treating this man like. And when you treat somebody that hasn't earned that like that, these are the type of results that you get. Disappointed, yo. Very disappointed, man. But anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. You know what I mean? If you enjoyed the content, man, I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us at Wizards Review on Twitter as well. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on the Xbox Series X and S on NBA 2K23. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, with all that said, everything I just said, all the ranting, all the being upset and stuff like that, you already know that I'm going to be here the next game. You already know I'm going to be here the next game. Because I'm loyal like that. No matter what. I'm loyal like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's insanity. It's insanity, yo. To sit there and just frustrate you. You don't got to do that. You do not have to sit there for 2.5 hours and be frustrated, upset, angry, ready to break your TV. I don't got to do that. But this is my team, yo. For better or for worse, and it's been so worse. So anyway, man, until next game, yo. Hopefully, I could be all the way wrong, and somehow they have an epiphany, and they come out playing their best basketball for the next, I think, 15 games, something like that. You know what I mean? And just don't lose the rest of the season. Maybe anything is possible. You know what I mean? But anyway, until next game, yo. Don't let this, I'm going to try not to let this upset me more than it already has. I'm going to try to get my mind off it. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys can do the same, all right? So until next game, y'all, take care. Peace.